The insurrection was a targeted exercise. I'm very much going to.
Do you want me to? All right, gotcha.
Yeah, I got you. So, the Capitol rioters included highly trained ex-military and cops. I think that is the more relevant section of this, is that as President Trump's supporters massed outside the Capitol last week and they sang national anthems, a line of men wearing olive-colored garb, and helmets and body armor trudged purposefully up the marble stairs in a single file line, each man holding the jacket collar of one of the other. So that's actually what's important to me. They did this in a military-type action. It's a chilling sign that many of the vanguard of the mob that stormed the seat of the American democracy either had military training or they were trained to do so. Yeah. And so that's a tactic. You literally hold on to the back of somebody else's so you have a chain line. And it's a good way to, make sure that you're, don't get shot. So it's a military procedure. A close examination of the group marching up the steps to help reach the Capitol shows that they wore military-style patches that are in militia and Oathkeeper. Nice. So I guess video one.
Video one.
Oh.
That's the other video. Grabbed the wrong one. That was the freeze screen from before. So let's go to video one.
With, we will stop the steal.
Yeah! Stop the steal! Stop the steal!
Crazy.
I say sometimes jokingly, but there's no.
They got a Rambo Trump.
I've been in 2 elections. I won a vote.
Yep.
The second one, I won much bigger than the first. Okay.
I'm talking lies, all day lies.
People voted for our campaign the most of any incumbent president by far in the history of our country. 12 million more people than 4 years ago.
Fight for Trump!
So,
Fight for Trump! Fight for Trump! Fight for Trump!
You want me to cook it or you want to keep going?
all right, you can cut it now at this point. You can see the damage that they're doing. I mean, there's more. There's.
There we go. My bad. That clip is like hit the wrong button. I gotta separate them.
No problem. I just wanted to show you how much damage they had already done. That just keeps going on to them, even like breaking down barriers and like throwing them around. Yeah, I mean, what also is there's a ton of Christian and QAnon and conspiracy theory related artifacts. I don't know what to call them. The patches, their flags, etc.
Like all sorts of
emblems. Thank you.
Yeah, they're all over the place, man. Like that, it was crazy. How do you not know? Like I told people, and I explained to you too about the whole Million MAGA March and all the others. All you hear in the background are like, "Hey, I'm from blah blah blah, and I'm from here and this, and da 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 da. Oh, I'm gonna join the. I always wanted to join the Proud Boys. Da 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 da. Like you hear these people in the background talking like that. You know, like when they're near these certain groups. I'm like, this is what happened. They socialized. They gained access to some sort of social media or means of communicating, and then they went out there. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like it's just like anything else. It's like if I go to a hip hop showcase, I'm going to meet people, right? I'm going to listen to acts, and you know, as a media person, I talk to these people, get their information so that I could do other things that, collaborative things. So their collaborative thing is to go down there and start a riot. You know what I'm saying? That's what they did. They went and met in different places with like-minded people. They exchanged information, and then they did what they did. Some people had it planned, like they said there were militias and police people there. They probably use their current resources to talk amongst themselves. And like we saw the video of the one set of Capitol Police that looked like they were letting them in, right? So it's like, and they supposedly, what is it, 10 people or something? They didn't, I think it was approximately 10 people they kicked out before the inauguration because they found information that they felt was kind of like, not incriminating.
It was
but
12. Yeah, it was
it was
12,
12, right?
National Guards people. Yeah.
Yeah, they kicked
And
up.
also, all of that video was from Parlor. All of those
Yep.
videos were from people who were at the damn,
Mm-hmm.
insurrection, and wanted to take video of it. Wanted to take video of a mob in a riot, and like from somebody who has done some photojournalism for himself
Mm-hmm.
for like Occupy. You're not like trying to incite, like they were thriving off this.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
obviously that's what scares me, is that they were clearly thriving off this energy of let's destroy things. And in every protest that I've ever been to, like that's not the vibe. And like if somebody gets that like energy going about them, there's people who are either like, all right, we're gonna leave this guy behind, this person is just crazy,
Mm-hmm.
or they're
Mm-hmm.
going to stop that person. And I've never seen the opposite. I've never seen a situation where somebody, I mean, I'm sure there's mob mentality where people then all of a sudden will all take over one area and try to break windows and etc. But it's
Mm-hmm.
also all of these commercial places that they're trying to break down. It's not a, I hate to tell you, the House has a little bit, the House of Congress has more sanctity than a Foot
Mm-hmm.
Locker.
Yep.
Sorry. You know what I'm saying? It just does.
Yep. 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 That's Man, I don't understand crazy. I know I have my crazy tendencies in my life or whatever, but I don't understand the craziness that happened. And I know that there was so much more behind that craziness that was legitimate planning and legitimate, like hatred towards certain things. You know what I mean? Like that's unacceptable. The fact that Trump didn't say much, and there was a Confederate flag in there, that says a lot. You know what I mean? Like that whole
I
situation
mean,
was like yeah, it was provoked. Like everything was there, like the agitation came from the higher ups, and then you got the stupid, the pawns that were like, okay, let's go in there and disrupt and do this. Some people had more, like everybody when they do something like planned, they have a certain agenda to do something, right? And you could tell zip ties, you know what I mean, like a guy going in there with police zip ties and pipe bombs and like other crazy things, that those people had
oh
an agenda.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
did they
No, keep going. Please keep
did they find
speaking.
that person? Did they find the
It was
people?
more off that they had found, yes, they found that person, but they also more off they had found more people who were specifically attached, who are military, like directly military or ex cops. So I was just trying to
Mm.
find that article, which will take me a second. So if you just give me a
Yeah,
second.
just let me know when but yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. Like it's like I always tell people my biggest thing in the world is you don't understand the mind of a crazy person. Everybody has their own kind of crazy, but like those people that are crazy and like secluded and isolated or whatever it is can do way more damage than like somebody with a group of people acting stupid because somebody's going to do something that's going to make it obvious. But when you're by yourself, like what happened, what was it in was it Milwaukee, that explosion thing? I forget where it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what
That
you're talking
that
about.
that location that like who the hell was that dude? Why did that happen? Like, you know what I mean? Like those people are the most dangerous people at the end of the day. Those type of people. And like
Yep.
Hakeem said he was talking about mental illness. I wanted to get into that more with him, but obviously we had limited time. But like the experiences that I've seen people go through with mental illness and how it's been mistreated or whatever else, I feel like, certain things are necessary, but other things are way above, what it should have been. You know what I mean? But go ahead. I'm sorry. What did you have the article?
Yeah, no, I can give you more information right now.
Oh,
So
no,
if
I
you
thought
go
this.
into me real quick.
Okay.
So, among the most prominent to emerge is a retired Air Force lieutenant colonel and decorated combat veteran from Texas who was arrested after he was photographed wearing a helmet and body armor on the floor of the Senate holding a pair of zip tie and handcuffs. So, that guy
Mm,
that the zip tie guy is an Air Force veteran.
mm,
Another Air Force veteran from San Diego was shot and killed by a Capitol police officer as he tried to leap through a barricade near the House chamber. A retired Navy SEAL, among the most elite posted a Facebook video about traveling from his Ohio home to the rally.
mm,
Two police officers from a small Virginia town, both of them former infantrymen. Also, scrutiny is an active duty psychological warfare captain from North Carolina who headed to Washington for the Save America rally. So that's how many service people are. I mean, that's just off the bat. That's 7 people right there, 6 or
mm.
7 people right there that were involved, and 2 of them were actively involved. Like one of them was one of the people who died. And it's a veteran, and it's these people who they're being brainwashed in a way. I hate to tell them that their service. I am at least I watched left flank vets, so I've
Okay.
seen like a lot of veterans who are more left leaning, and they talk about the really toxic culture that does happen in the kind of right wing element of
Mm-hmm.
the military.
Mm,
And it's hard to it's pervasive. It's long standing, and I'm not surprised that there was ex-military and cops at the
mm,
insurrection. I'm by the way, if you can see, I'm very clear. I'm not gonna just call it a riot. I'm gonna call it an insurrection
yep.
till the cows come home.
Yep. Same here. I really believe it was insurrection because like there's too much like weird stuff that happened. Things happen too easily. Certain things happen too easily. Certain things look suspect. Certain things were found. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like all those things. Like okay, there was a bunch of bad apples in there acting a fool. And it is what it is. Like if we would have been a black person or a Spanish person, they would have been lit up on the
There were
on
a
the
couple.
steps.
Oh,
No, but you know what it
that's
is.
what's ridiculous. They were not
It's
in the
not like
front. They were never in the
yeah,
front.
that was like that was just a speck of darkness. You know what I mean? Like there was nothing. There's nothing in there, man. Those people like percentage wise was probably like 0.01%. You know what I mean? Like of how many white
Yes.
people were there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to like say whatever. Like they don't have any reason to be like whatever. But those are like the fools that fell for it. You know what I mean? I don't understand how
I mean,
anybody,
even
a person of color,
little Wheezy right there fell for it.
he
Uh,
fell for it and he got
maybe
his
it's
like
just
little,
maybe it's just the money.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's possible. Maybe he doesn't care about race. Maybe he's like, I just want my money. Like I'll make it look like race just because it'll help me with my money. You know, who knows? He did Kodak Black too, right? So like, I don't understand the whole Kodak Black thing at all. Like I'm like, I can see Wheezy because Wheezy went up there and was like, you know what I mean? Trump. I didn't see Kodak Black do that. Maybe he did, but
I mean, Kodak Black has been in prison the whole time, but the thing is that what it is for Kodak Black, a lot of people were already petitioning to get him out. So it's weird. Like I was saying, I think I said it to you privately that like it's like 95% bad and 5% good. So he did 5% good and then
mm,
95% bad. By like Steve Bannon was obvious. I'm sorry, I hate to say it. Like I'm not gonna be surprised by that. But like Camille Kilpatrick from Kilpatrick from Kwame, sorry about that,
mm,
from Detroit, he racketeering charges. He was the mayor.
mm.
Like he deserves to be in prison,
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
got out of there. And I mean, he knows. I think the president was just like, I'm going to do as many favors for as many people that did me favors right
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. Facts. It's crazy, man. You know, I'm sure like these people, when he gets out, they'll have like opportunities for him as well. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's all shady, man. A whole shady world we live in.
I wonder
feel
how
good
many
about
people
today.
actually paid Rudy. I wonder how many
Pardon?
people actually paid Rudy Giuliani. Remember he was saying that it was like $2 million for a pardon, something like that.
Yeah. I bet you any money that I bet you any money that like Trump was like, I ain't gonna pay this dude after you saw that Borat movie. He was like, yo, this guy's a clown. I ain't paying him. I'm not paying him. This guy's just almost slept with the thing. This guy, the whole thing was a clown show, man. Between Trump and Giuliani and all this stuff that have been going on. Like if you think about like just the foolishness and the fact that people actually, I don't want to be a mean person to people that fell for it. But you know what I mean? At the same time, you got to be some kind of stupid to be, you know what I mean? Like to fall for all those lies and like deception that they did. It was just like, come on, man. Like if courts are telling you that there's no evidence, and there's like courts in different states all over the United States saying, no, this isn't working. Nope. Then you know what I mean? Eventually, you know, you would think that maybe something's not like the way it's supposed to be. You can't have. I mean, I guess you can't have that much corruption in government, but how do you coordinate that? You know what I'm saying? Like you can't coordinate that. I don't see it, but I don't know.
You can coordinate a lot of things without trying. I actually
You
want
think
you to
with
play that
government?
second video now. Yeah,
Oh,
with
the second
government,
video?
because with government though.
Okay.
What do you mean? What do you mean before
I'm
I?
saying like the crazy stuff that's been going on. Well, I want to not lost myself. The crazy stuff that's been going on through government, like they feel, a lot of people feel like for some reason or another it was coordinated election fraud or whatever it was, you know, amongst the
Oh,
states. You know what I mean? So I'm saying like for them to think that it was easily coordinated, you got to be some kind of stupid. That was basically my point. You know what I mean? Like to be able to, if you can't interpret that Trump and all these people were just trying to like prolong something and manipulate something, like after in the beginning, fine, whatever. But you know, like they had like a month or so to prove their case, and they didn't do it. You know what I mean? After that month, you should be like, instead they raided a Capitol building and people died from it. That's just how stupid they are. That's just my point. I'm sorry if it's
so the
you
reason
misinterpret.
no. So the reason I want you to play video too is that I can show you how people have these grassroots kind of. I mean, they're terrible movements. They're about nationalism and about anti-Semitism, but
Yeah.
they're able to do so pretty consistently. So the last video will be that, but this is kind of just for us, for everybody's education, because this is probably something we're gonna have to clip out because it's probably too much of their but it was insider news. So insider news did a great job here. So just
You
sending
want to
off
play
to
it?
that.
Let's send it up. Okay.
Yeah, please.
Looking more closely at the scenes of insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, we started noticing dozens of symbols everywhere. The details of what people wore and carried revealed a deeper story about possible future threats. We combed through hours of footage and found evidence of a complex network of groups driven by conspiracy theories, white supremacy, and a Trump-infused brand of Christianity.
We love you. You're very special.
As some tried to break open Capitol doors, these men pushed their way through the mob, wearing yellow logos on their jackets. The Oath Keepers are one of the largest anti-government militia organizations in the U.S. today, and they claim to have tens of thousands of law enforcement officers and military veterans in their ranks. They vow
There's
to
the line
protect
right there.
America from what they call the New World Order, a future where the
Want me to cut
government
out,
imposes
or-
martial law, seizes guns, and
no.
throws resistors into detention camps. Their patches worn not on our watch. These men wear a Roman numeral 3. That's the emblem of the 3 percenters. The group promotes a myth that only 3% of American colonists fought to overthrow the British, and that they are the modern-day defenders of our Constitution. They deny being a militia on their website, but are often seen heavily armed. And then
You can
there's
pause
the
here
Kraken.
if you want.
The legendary sea creature has
Yeah.
So the reason I want to pause there is that a lot of that, right? It's just a lot of information. It's a lot of education on. I didn't even realize that there were so many militia groups that were so pronounced that they have patches that they're able to identify themselves so readily. So that's, yeah, I mean, I'm worried to this day. I wasn't worried about them having violence today because I think that it's too many National Guard. There's too many people policing that area for them to do the same thing again.
You think they're gonna do something at a later date? You think
I want to know how this week will tell us. This week will tell us because I want to see what their response to Joe Biden actually being president is. Because I think that inside of their own group, they're kind of like eating themselves because they don't have no idea what to do with themselves. They lost. It's over.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. That's facts, man. These people, I don't know. Like, think about the anger, you know, that's all I'm thinking about. Like, these people must be sitting there, like, you know, contemplating something, man.